Hello everyone and welcome back to Switzerland. We are in the midst, a little time may have passed since the last episode. We are in the midst of a minor war that the Palatinate has called us into, but I think I may have finally figured out a way to get it hungry without having to fight the Commonwealth, which is that they are allied with Ansbach, who you can see they're allied with Hungary and Brandenburg. So I believe, grant your seat, that's fine. Declare war. I think we will be able to fight this war. Basically, blast furnaces, cool. Basically only having to deal with the Austrian allies, which are not significant. Great Britain is not going to really participate in the war. And then also the basically plus Hungary and Brandenburg. So they're going to be annoying, but I am, as you can see, I've added more cannons to each stack to try and reinforce these armies, so that they are in a better position. We also probably should help here because they seem to be struggling. Maybe we will actually assist them here. Might have to send this general up here to kind of bail this army out real quick. So we've added cannons to all of our armies. The other thing is oh, maybe it's over. Huh, well, that was easy. Palatinate has accepted peace with Saxony. The Palatinate is going to eat some stuff. A reform has been passed, and the Emperor's been forced to revoke. Wow. The Emperor's been forced to revoke something. That's not the direction Austria wants to be moving in. Let's bring this back then, since that's been completed. Let's go ahead and advance these armies forward, assuming they have recruited. Yep, looks like they have all the troops that we need. We would also need to be ready to face Hungary. This is going to be a little bit of a messy war, I think. This is going to be a messy war because we're going to be dealing with Brandenburg and Ansbach up here. Burgundy, who is not very powerful, and so we probably can handle them with just this army over here. But then we're going to... Hungary is quite powerful, and so we're going to have to treat them seriously. Let's move these two army groups over in behind. Steiermark and Unterkarten. I'm trying to think how many to commit. Brandenburg is also not huge, but not weak. But they will have, if we call in Denmark, they will have Denmark to deal with on their border. I just want to make sure that I don't have one side that's like understaffed, basically, for what's going to be done. I'm going to send this army over here. And then what I'm probably going to do is recruit another mercenary company. I think we might pick up, we've got this Rieslauer, which they're kind of small. The Krabats, and then we have the Independent Cossack Host, which I think may be the one to go for because they have 30, so they have a full front line on their own, and I might recruit it over here. Let's recruit them in Oberkarten. Let's get them into position. We're only a little bit over the force limit. I don't think that is significant. And then we probably have some buildings we can build that will allow us to get some more force limit, maybe? Maybe here in a minute that'll happen. But between the development and everything else, I think we will probably be okay. France was like crazy amounts of money in debt, so I sent them a bunch of cash just now to try to get them ready for this war. I don't understand how France is constantly losing money. Thanks, Hungary. Get out, Hungary. Grant them their seat. I think we've got a mercenary company. Yep, come in here. Eschen Jaeger Corps. Lose a diplomat. Whatever, we don't care. There we go. They have no cannons, so we will need to recruit those for them once we can get our force limit up. I actually probably am going to go ahead and recruit them anyway. Claim on a province, whatever. Let us define army template. Let's just add 10 artillery, and then I will call this art. We need to have at least a little bit of artillery. Traveling minstrel, which we already have all the stab, so we will take that tradition. It's warning me that this will cost extra. I know, thank you. Let's start a debate in our parliament. Foreign unrest. Expand the diplomatic corps. Mercantilism. Trade regulations. 1 stab. We'd already have stab. Let's go with... I really like this one for the overall for the army tradition. So let's start that debate. We'll give them a little military support. Diplomatic support. A little bit of inflation. 1 point of fervor. A little prestige. A little inflation. Revert government progress, a little inflation. Not gonna lose mercantilism. There we go, there we go. Getting pretty close. Military support, revert progress. Little minting, there we go, done. There we go, victory, and I've got voting streak in Parliament. Alright, let us attach this to the independent Cossack host. I'm also going to add on 10 more. I know I'm going way over the force limit, but I think we need more troops. I don't want to get caught flat-footed here against the enemy. See if there's any more buildings that can be built. We have 1 counting house that can be built. Not a single one of those, apparently, that can be built. Hungary's building a spy network on me. See if there's any of these fortresses over here that need a rampart. Just before we go into this major war. Spain is going to attack someone, whatever. They've got ramparts, ramparts. It's fine. Alright, there we go. The army's grouping here. Still waiting on 2 troops somewhere. Probably somewhere where a building's being built. Oh, here comes 1. Apparently they're all being built out of Salzburg. Alright, let's take it up to 30? No, 25 actually is what we want. Go. Let's see where we're at now. Got tons of troops that are turning over. Let's cancel 1. Cancel another. I think we're almost at the right number. I think each of my troops is supposed to have 25 cannons. Sure, Pope, have some money. Because we're about to go to war, buddies. Alright, I believe we are now ready. Oh, we've got 1 too many. Where are they recruiting? This... because we've already got 30 there. It's like these armies, you can see, have 25, and so we're about to recruit 1 too many. This one actually already has more than it technically needs. Let's cancel that one. There we go. All right, we're good. So now, if I were to attack Ansbach, declare war, imperialism, this is going to bring in a bunch of people. France is not ready to join because they're still in crazy amounts of debt, even though I've handed them tons of money. All right, France, come on now. Come on now, France. You can work this out. So we got tons of favors. So what we're going to do, let me help you here. We're going to ask you to prepare for war, France. Then we're going to send them another gift, even though I've already given them 2,000 ducats to try to get them ready. Where is it at? Here we go. Send gift. Alright, there you go, France. Alright, France, you should have worked out your situation now. That hopefully is oodles of money to get them out of debt. Yes, see, France is now on board. They're still in debt, but not hideously in debt, so that's okay. Now we're going to call in all of our friends, which looks like we're still technically up against... They're technically still a little bit stronger than us, even with all that. Hungary's got 182,000 deployed, so they have a lot. Our army that is in position over here probably should focus on knocking out Austria and Scilly first before we attempt to move in anywhere. Alright, let's declare. They have immediately gotten into a war. Let's move in with this army on them here. Move in with this army here. And the independent Cossack host here. And these armies are centrally located to reinforce. They have joined this war immediately. Let us move in with that army. Let us also move in with our troops immediately on their armies here. Or in their areas here before they're able to group. Basically, we want to take out their armies quickly before they are able to group up. As you can see, we've wiped that army out immediately. The Battle of Metz looks like, yep, we have stack wiped the Burgundian army and the Scilly army. So we have basically immediately eliminated several nations' armies from the conflict. And let's go ahead and blast our way through some of these bigger forts so we don't have to worry about them, because I don't want to get stuck on some of these. This one looks like they've actually upgraded it, so we will blast it. This fort is already about to fall, so that is not necessary. Looks like this little Austrian army slipped away. Yeah, see, here they come. Their armies are kind of grouped up in the north. And so we want to plow into them here. Looks like the Pope is trying to edge in. I would suggest that is dangerous, and they probably don't want to do that. Personally. Looks like they're going to get reinforced by the Palatinate there. Siege over. Excellent. Oh, the Hungarians are here. Alright, that fight is over. Let's back up here, close to reinforce this one. This siege has already been complete, so let's pull forward into there. We're trying to just stay together. We'll try to knock Burgundy out fairly quickly, even though their armies are basically dead, and it looks like, so far, Denmark and France are doing a good job up here in the north. I'm impressed that Austria still has a navy. Excellent. Ansbach is sieged, so that one is over. Let's move forward here into the next one. We want to just pick apart different nations, so we won't be able to piece Ansbach out at the beginning. Let's blast this down. We'll probably have to help some of our friends over there do sieges. We need to watch Hungary, I think. I think they're... Oh, some of the Hungarian troops are up north, though. That's good for us in terms of being over here. The trial. We will gain that Republican tradition. At war with another little nation up here is Beirut. Yeah, there's like some little vassal they have right here. Looks like the Pope wants to go over here. let's step slowly forward. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but we can maybe start to inflict a little bit of damage with our two supporting armies. I think this is the front we need to watch. I don't think Burgundy is going to be significant. Bountiful harvest, thank you for huge amounts of money. Got some sieges that are going our way slowly here. Let's kind of migrate forward. Can't go there. Looks like we can't go any further forward on this side, but can inch forward on this one. All right. Sicily. Lost a general. Sicily? How did Sicily come into existence? How did Spain lose? That's fascinating. Oh, look, the Pope has already sieged the stuff over there for him. Very good for him. This army has lost its general. Let us put in the only other general we have, who is not awesome, let's be honest, but he sure can get an army moving. Alright, Siege of Metz is over. We will pay some money instead of losing stability. Alright, Metz is sieged. Let us assist our allies here, because we need to help them get these sieges done so that they can get disengaged from these battles. Siege of Wurzburg over. Excellent. Now let us see if we can come over and help the common, help Denmark in the siege over here, so that they can get their army liberated from that. This silly siege has been going on forever. It's interesting that they haven't engaged. I guess they're afraid of the siege. The amount of troops we've massed must be enough to keep them in check. Alright, so Bayreuth is done now. I still want to keep this army over here until this is done, and then these two probably can walk north, maybe to assist with Brandenburg. It also would be good because I see Burgundy has a decent size army there. It will be good when we can piece Burgundy out, because that will weaken that front considerably. Just want to be careful not to overextend. There we go. That siege is now over. And now that it's over, that makes it much easier to walk in further. Let's walk this army into here to reinforce that. And we'll walk this one over to here. Just want to be careful. There's still about 100. Siege of Nuremberg is over. Good. So now that central position is basically unlocked. And so who's got the siege here? I've got 2 on this army. This one has 2, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so let's move this army up here. And it will be supported by this army. Let's walk them up into there. This is the way it's always. It's like kind of like this reinforcing crab shuffle walk forward. Alright, this is a little tricky. This is woods. Let's blast that. Because the Brandenburg army is significant, and they are probably going to take this in a minute. Great Britain has landed. Sometimes they don't even land in these wars, but they have shown up. Ooh, the Hungarian army is moving, hopefully because they've decided that that position is not defensible where they were. Oh, that's not good to see another big Hungarian army. I could just eat silly here. I think I will. Just gonna eat that and kill that off. Woods, level 8 fort. Let us pour this. I will also expand the infrastructure here. We know we're going to want to build ramparts in the back of that level 8 woods fort. Alright, now that Silly doesn't exist, let's step forward again. Once this fort falls, we'll pick our next fort to siege. Really hoping this... It'd be nice to have this army over here, or actually probably to join the Brandenburg front, actually. Nope, disease outbreak. Great. Where are they gonna go with those big armies? It's always the question. Siege of Luxembourg over and Samogny. That is great. Alright, so this has been sieged. Let's now come over here and help France in this siege so we can get Burgundy out of the war. That's been sieged. Who's the best siege leader around here? Switzerland. This is a 3 siege leader, 2 siege leader, 1 siege leader, 1 siege leader, 2 siege leader. So this is the best siege leader. They're stepping away. This is actually probably a reasonable place to engage, but it doesn't look like we're going to catch them. That's fine. Let's bring the siege general onto there. We'll step this person forward behind them. This army can step into the vacant slot that has been created. Because ultimately, this is actually the side, because we need to defeat the Habsburgs, this is the side we're actually trying to push. Really. Siege of Retharoy is over. Excellent. So this is over. The Palatinate has got some plans over here. Let's give this to France, because we want Metz, but they can have everything else up here, honestly. I don't care about any of this. It looks like France has a claim on that. They probably would love to have these, but they can't get them. France, what do you want? They're sort of interested in all of this, but I bet this is going to be the limit of what we can get from them anyways. Burgundy, you're going to give me that. And then you can give that to France. How about that? And we will take all of your cash. War reps? No. Okay, that's fine. There we go. We have taken the Fortress of Metz. Let us go ahead and core it. And then we will invest in the infrastructure of it. It's a 53 development province. Holy cow. That is something there. It is woods, so it does make sense to keep that. France will be happy that they got Artois, which is pretty high development province. Alright, so now who are we at war with? Still the center people, but we've got them under control. Looks like they're about to knock out Utrecht. They've got Utrecht under control. This is continually improving it. I bet Burgundy's army is now, yes, see, the Burgundian stack is now disabled up here, which will make it much easier for Denmark to actually participate in the war. They also look like they ate part of Norway. The Commonwealth ate the rest. Commonwealth has had an amazing game, like the best game ever. I don't think I've ever seen the Commonwealth that successful. We're going to blast this. Hope it's got one cavalry member riding around taking stuff. Very bold, Your Holiness. See this army. These armies are like wandering back and forth. Oh yeah, the other thing that I said I wanted. Need to grab this army. I think it needs to come over here. I think this would be the best location for it to be reinforcing this army. Let's send it up into there. Just so we have troops in position to support this siege, because Brandenburg's army is significant. So far, I think I'm going to pause right here, but we are in good shape, very good shape. Taking out Burgundy, 8 Scilly, we've got the central position sieged. Now we just need to clean up kind of these little northern ones, and then we can shift our attention wholly onto Hungary. So I'll look forward to seeing you next time.